I'm no longer young anymore. In fact, in many people's books, I'm officially old. So, does getting older suck? That's a good question. Does getting older suck? I know when I was younger, I used to dread getting older. Then when I was 30, I felt like 40 was old. And then when I was 40, I felt like, oh no, 50 is really old. And then I became 50. And now I'm approaching the next milestone. And I'm having mixed feelings about it. Especially last year, I started feeling my age, I guess, my age. I noticed less energy. I noticed that I started having aches all over. It was kind of sucky, really. I was not enjoying that. And then, of course, you notice all the physical things, changing. Like my hair is thinning. It's hard to tell, but it really is. My hair is definitely thinning. Receding hairline. Wrinkles, bags. Sagging skin in places you never knew that was possible. And then it's the mental, you are no longer young. So when you're in your 20s or even 30s, really, you feel like you have your whole life in front of you. At least that's how I felt. You could make mistakes, you could take chances, and, you know, you still have time. And then I started to feel like, wait a minute, this could be the last chapter of my life. And so you start asking yourself some serious questions. At least that's what I do. And what do I want to do with the rest of my life? I seriously don't have much time. I don't know how long I'll be able to walk as much as I do. I don't know how long I'll have this much energy, and I don't know how long I'll have hair. Will I be alone? I have a partner, Satoshi. We're not married because you can't legally marry in Japan. You don't have that security, I guess, that married couples do. Will I become homeless if Satoshi suddenly dies on me? Thoughts like I want to die before he does. Selfish things like that. Like we have an attic. We have an attic in the bedroom where you have to climb these uh, stairs. Should we move? Because those stairs can be dangerous. And if one of us falls, that wouldn't be a pretty picture. And think about some of my friends that have passed away from illness or another reason. Some friends that have become ill and are, fighting their illness at the moment. Just so many thoughts cross my mind lately. So when you only look at those things, I guess getting older sucks. But then I look at the other side. I look at myself right now, where I am in life, and I have never ever been this stable financially in my entire life. Despite all the things I talk about, despite my panic attacks and my anxiety and my mental breakdowns and all that, I've never been as happy. When I was younger, I partied a lot and I got drunk a lot. But I think I was doing those things, well, number one, I was young. Number two, I was trying to figure out who I was. And number three, a lot of times I was doing those things to fill a void. So I no longer feel like I have a void to feel. I'm pretty satisfied with my life, and I'm happy. I'm at this place where I am simply happy where I am. Of course, one can hope for more, and I do that all the time, but they are not physical things. I've never been one to want physical things. For me, it's not about having nice clothes or a nice bag or having a house. I don't know why. Sometimes it scares me, but I don't even have a desire to own a home. I just don't. I don't have any children to leave my home to. And so, that's just another thing I don't have to worry about. So as I've gotten older, my priorities have changed. My purpose in life has changed. My friends have changed. And my 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 thinking has changed. My values have changed. So now with every birthday that I have, I'm actually extremely grateful that I am still alive on this earth. When I was a kid, I was not a healthy kid at all, and I had to take medication ever since I remember, like probably since I was like 2 or 3. I remember being in the hospital many, many times, and the doctor told my mother and my grandmother that this kid will probably live maximum to the age of 7 and no longer than that. So I am absolutely grateful. And I'm realizing that more and more now with every year that passes. I'm still alive and on this earth. I am grateful for that. I get to experience life. I'm still here experiencing life. And that is the greatest feeling. And that's something I didn't appreciate when I was younger. Every person that I meet in life, I'm grateful for now. When I was younger, so many people came and went. They were like people who just kind of like passed by. Now, of course, you still have those, but now I recognize that that's a part of life. Some people come into your life for a reason or for no reason, but life moves on and moves forward. And that's neither good or bad. Now, with every meeting, every time I meet a new person, I tell myself, this may be the only and last time I will meet this person. So I will treat this person with the utmost respect. I will take this opportunity to get to know this person. As I've gotten older, I've learned to appreciate the small things in life, like a cup of tea. I keep talking about tea, but tea has taught me so much about life. Something simple as a cup of tea can bring you so much joy. So I don't want to take tea for granted, and that's how I look at everything. I don't look at tea for granted, which is why I can't throw away things. I cannot waste tea or food for that matter, because I don't want to take anything for granted. If someone serves me a plate of food that I don't necessarily feel like eating, I'm still absolutely grateful because I get to eat. I get to eat food, nourishing food, and it's usually delicious. And I am fortunate that I have food on the table. I'm fortunate that someone's feeding me. I'm fortunate that someone's serving me food. The connections that I make as I've gotten older are more quality, I think, compared to the ones I made when I was younger. I strive to connect with people who are authentic, people who have similar values, I guess. People who are genuinely good people. I like to connect with people who care about other people and not only themselves. The answer to does getting older suck? And the answer to that is no, it doesn't. It doesn't suck. It's actually a blessing. And at the beginning of this video, I said, is this the last chapter of my life? Well, who knows? I mean, even when you're 30 or 20, that could be the last chapter of your life. You never know what's going to happen in life. I could live for another 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 25 years. Who knows? Who knows how long I have to live? So if I live with the fear that I'm going to live for only 5 to 10 years, then I'm simply wasting my time. So I try not to think about that. I try to live life to its fullest, because you never know when it's going to come to an end. And I do have a full chapter, maybe 2 chapters to look forward to. So right now I focus on myself. I focus on my health. I focused on my physical and mental well-being, so that I could be the very best. I can have the energy to do all that, to enjoy life until that last day on earth. So once again, no, in my opinion, being older doesn't suck.